Well, the other big story today, an airstrike on a migrant detention center in Libya has killed 44 people and left 130 others wounded. The strike happened late into the night yesterday at a migrant detention center in the Libyan capital, Tripoli. This is the latest incidents of violence in the ongoing conflict between the provisional government and the forces led by General Khalifa Haftar. The casualties on at the detention center are mostly African migrants who were picked up by the Libyan Coast Guard. Many African migrants use Libya as a point of departure to European countries like Italy. There have been multiple reports from the United Nations slamming the human rights violations in these detention centers. And while joining us to talk a little bit more about this is our correspondent from Addis Ababa, Coletta Vanjohi, who is joining us now. And Coletta, thanks very much indeed for talking to us this evening. Can you tell us why exactly was a migrant center attacked and who was responsible for this?
Well, at the moment, there's nobody who has claimed responsibility, but there is assumption that it could be General Khalifa's faction. The African Union is very concerned about the situation in Libya and has condemned it. And the African Union chairperson says whoever committed that crime, does not matter who committed it, it is a crime of war, and says that the African Union says that it has said that it wants independent investigations to be done into the whole affair, and the right person or the person responsible for that be brought to book.
Right, and of course, now that this detention center was attacked, what happens to the other people who were also at this center?
Well, at the moment, then the migrants remain at the mercy of the Libyan government. And what we know right now is that the Libyan government does not really, the government of a national accord that is backed by the United Nations, that does not really have a lot of energy to hold the forces because it's facing opposition from General Khalifa. So what the African Union, the United Nations and the European Union have been doing since 2017 is they have a task force that has been carrying out voluntary repatriation, because since 2017 Libya had started deteriorating in terms of peace and security. The African Union is calling on the Libyan government and the forces of General Khalifa to respect the people in the detention center, and if need be, give them humane treatment, even if it means prosecution. And the African Union is hoping that it will be able to evacuate some of them using the task force that it formed in 2017. Right. So at the moment, the other illegal migrants who still remain in Libya are at the hands of the different forces in the country.
Right, Coletta Vanjohi, thanks very much indeed for joining us with all the latest information there, reporting there live from Addis Ababa.